You'd like to hear a new story? Oh, very well. Where shall we begin? The stronger the bard is, the more damage he can inflict with melee weapons. Rhythm allows the bard to play magical tunes with greater skill, enhancing the statistics of summoned creatures. Shopkeepers will offer significant discounts to the bard if he has high charisma. A high dexterity allows the bard to inflict greater damage with ranged weapons. Luck has a subtle effect on many aspects of the bard's adventures. A high vitality will increase the bard's health, making him more difficult to defeat in battle. The stronger the bard is, the more damage he can inflict with melee weapons. Luck has a subtle effect on many aspects of the bard's adventures. A high dexterity allows the bard to inflict greater damage with ranged weapons. Rhythm allows the bard to play magical tunes with greater skill, enhancing the statistics of summoned creatures. Rhythm allows the bard to play magical tunes with greater skill, enhancing the statistics of summoned creatures. Shopkeepers will offer significant discounts to the bard if he has high charisma. A high dexterity allows the bard to inflict greater damage with ranged weapons. A high vitality will increase the bard's health, making him more difficult to defeat in battle. Rhythm allows the bard to play magical tunes with greater skill, enhancing the statistics of summoned creatures. Allows the bard to equip and use two-handed weapons. Allows the bard to fight with a dirk in one hand and a sword in the other. Allows the bard to equip and use a flail. The bard will automatically bash with his shield after blocking, stunning his enemy. A powerful charging attack which stuns enemies, used with a sword skill. A powerful ranged shot which passes through its target, used with a ranged skill. Gives the bard a chance to score a critical hit on his enemies, inflicting additional damage. The bard gains bonus coins for any treasure he finds. It had come to this at last. One man, a poet and a rogue, with no friends to speak of, no one to mourn his passing, should it come to that. Even those beside him are no more boon companions than bond-servants, summoned by sorcery and song, as cold and indifferent to him as the light of a wandering star.
Mistake in coming here.
But to know where he is, we need to know where he is from. And to know that, we've got to begin elsewhere. And not that long ago. A simple man he was, with a quick wit and a sharp tongue, an eye for the lasses, and a talent for keeping one step ahead of the law, come to Houghton to play his tunes and make his way. He found himself standing outside the Drunken Rat, a public house owned by the widow Mary McCrary. The bard readied his instrument and prepared to ply his trade.
You drunken louts! Get off your backsides and kill it!
I'll save you, fair damsel.
Ah, what what a strapping man you are to be saving me from that wee beastie.
I happened to be wandering by when I heard your cries over the rumbling of my empty belly. You aren't hurt, are you?
No, but aren't you the sweet one for asking? Say, I've an idea. If you'd be willing to do a little job for me, I'd give you a good meal and a warm place to lay your head for the night.
I'd be only too happy to handle anything you'd like to heave my way.
Then it's a deal, for it's a wee rat problem I've got in me cellars, and if you could do away with them, I'd be ever so thankful.
Rats, you say? In the cellar? How cliché of you, love. But I'll forgive you this once.
You'll need a bigger sword than what you've got, in case you run into trouble.
Oh, and my sword is quite big enough to handle any troubles you might have.
Beer, 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 tiddly beer, beer, beer. A long time ago, way back in history, when all there was to drink was nothing but drops of tea. Along came a man by the name of Charlie Moss, and he invented a wonderful drink and he made it out of hops. He must have been an admiral, a sultan, or a king. Down to his praises we shall always sing. Look what he's done for us, he's filled us up with cheer. Lord bless Charlie Watts, the man who invented beer, 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 till we beer, beer, beer.
The drunken rat, the aching drum, and Trolley's pub as well. One thing you can be sure of, it's Charlie's beer they sell.
So all you lads and lasses, at 11 o'clock you stop. For 5 short seconds, remember Charlie Moss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, he must have been an admiral, a sultan, or a king. Unto his praises we shall always sing. Look what he's done for us, he's filled us up with cheer. Lord bless Charlie Moss, the man who invented beer, 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 tilly beer, beer, beer.
A very remote, a bushel of hooks you steal around with your stick. The kind of lubrication to make your engines tick.
30 pints of Walpody will keep away the quacks. It's only 8 pence halfpenny and only 6 in tax.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, must have been an admiral, a sultan, or a king. Unto his praises we shall always sing. Look what he has done for us, he's filled us up with cheer. Lord bless Charlie Moss, the man who invented beer, 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 beer. The Lord bless Charlie Moss.
What are you, a man or a mouse? Get down there and Mary may have a go with you. You wouldn't want to be the only man in town she hasn't had a go with, would you?
I can't do that. Yet. That rat is not going to kill itself. Get down there and earn a meal for once.
Hey, I understand your hesitation, stranger. There isn't enough ale in this town to get me to go down there. Then again, I'm a cowering sort.
Well, for someone who says he's not afraid of rats, you sure are procrastinating. If you are afraid, you can tell me. I won't have any interest in speaking with you any further, but you can tell me.
Quest complete.
All hail the bard, rat killer, and rodent bane, who has bravely made the cellars once again safe for buxom barmaids and wanton widows. Or has he?
Ah! Ah!
The bard, finding himself wreathed in flame, dashed up the stairs towards the safety of the tavern. And then the bard looted the chest which contained the widow's most precious... Wait a minute. Did I read that properly? You're stealing from her?
I wouldn't call it stealing, exactly. I mean, people leave all kinds of things in chests, and they never seem to object when I help myself. Think of it as a public service. I mean, who knows how cluttered these chests might become if I didn't do my part to help clean them out.
In hindsight, I'm surprised it took the bard this long to get his hands on Mary's chest.
Nicely done. Or is that well done?
Not well done. More like medium rare.
Now we'll have another go at him with this.
You better hope I've cooled off when I return, or you're next. Who the hell are you? How'd you get down here?
Look here, laddie, don't be concerning yourself with such things right now. I'm here to help you with your rat problem. Any brute can swing a sword. If you really want to slay that hairy beastie, try playing this tune on that lute of yours.
Go on, clear off out of it. I've no use for you.
I'm not offering to go with you, laddie. I'm offering you a bit of song and magic that'll bring you back in one piece.
Great. So now the rat gets dinner and a show. If it's so bloody powerful, use it yourself and save me the trouble.
Would that I could. But I'm not a man of action like yourself. So do yourself a favour and take a little charity when it's offered, my boy.
Done. Show me what you got.
Before you head down there and face that huge rat, I'd like to be sure that you know your business. Would you like me to teach you a few wee things that'll help you get the best of any foes you might encounter?
Come again? I know what I'm doing, old man. I've no need for advice from the likes of you. I don't know how to do that. Can't do that. Yet. I don't know how to do that.
All hail the bard, rat killer, and rodent bane, who's bravely made the
How
cellars...
about you tell the story and leave the sarcastic patronising to me, okay?
Run away again, did ya? Go back to where you came from and leave the fighting to those who've got the guts for it.
I've plenty of guts, milady, which is why you needn't trouble yourself about that rat any longer.
You mean it's dead? Oh, thank you. I can't tell you how grateful I am.
'Twas the least I could do for a damsel in distress. Now, how about that meal?
Why don't you wait while I fix you some leftovers? Oh, and your room in the back is almost ready.
Having spent a lonely night in a somewhat uncomfortable and shabby bed, the bard awoke the next morning in a foul humour.
You should go speak with that strange friend of yours. He was starting to scare away my regular customers. I had to chase him out. Oh, your little friend's giving me quite a charge. Bring him round again sometime, won't ya?
What did I tell you, lad? You hooked him and cooked him.
Thanks to that song you gave me.
You're welcome, boyo. And should you be looking for another one like it, find the trow in the fairy haunt woods. But keep your wits about you. They're devilish clever, the trow. With magic by the pound, and not a single scrap of honesty.
Do I look like a village idiot to you? I've had more than my fill of barbarian hordes, evil wizards, cities locked in eternal winter, and any other type of adventure you care to throw my way. There's too much danger and not enough profit to go around.
Come now, boyo. What's a little danger when compared to power? Didn't that little trick I showed you help you get in good with the Widow McCrary? If it's a skin you're worried about, I've a wee trinket here that'll keep you safe from harm. This amulet was made by a powerful sorceress. It can summon her spirit to heal your wounds in battle. You'll need adder stones to provide the necessary mystical power. If you like, you can even use multiple stones for even greater effect. Here, laddie, try it out.
She's very beautiful. But, I've found that mysterious strangers offering gifts usually lead to trouble. You wouldn't want anything from me, would you? Have any ulterior motives, by any chance?
You wound me, laddie.
That remains to be seen. Out with it, man. What do you want from me?
You've got it all wrong. Look, my boy, Oh, okay. I do want something from you.
I thought so. What is it you want? Something dangerous, no doubt.
No, nothing like that. You see, I belong to an ancient order. We've traveled the land for years now, seeking men such as yourself to...
Aha! I knew it was something like that. I'm not joining anything. But I will take your advice and find this trowel. Oh, and I'll have that amulet as well if you're still offering it.
Of course, lad, of course. Here you go, and don't forget. The trow is in the Fairy Haunt Woods. Goes by the name of Bannerfeet.
Well now, you're a spry little thing. I could do with a friend. Care to throw in with me? Back off. I don't know why I didn't get a dog sooner. Hold back.
Beware the thin folk.
Sorry.
Hold back.
Don't go near Sheriff Rookie's jail. It's been run over with Colonel Trowel.
Hold back. Stand your ground. Charge!
Welcome to the Kirk of Houghton, young man. We can lay our hands for a healing and blessing, should you feel inclined to make a small donation.
Boring. Move along.
Sorry. Watch out for Sheriff Rocky. He's a dog without shame.
Hello, traveller. Could I interest you in any of my finely crafted barrels? I have many models to choose from, all displayed attractively right outside my shop.
Let me think. Now,
What are you doing? Stop that right now. Why are you breaking my barrels?
I didn't know these belonged to anyone.
Well, they do. It took me all day to make those. I don't mind if you break them after they're sold, but don't destroy my inventory before I've sold them.
Okay, I'll lay off these. But if I see a barrel somewhere else, I will, of course, be forced to destroy it.
Fine with me. You just keep smashing barrels, and I'll start setting aside silver for you for every new barrel I sell to replace the ones you've broken. Go back here any time, and I'll make good on my promise and pay you what I owe.
I won't hold my breath, old man. But if I'm back in the area, I'll come look you up.
Pardon me. Sorry.
Be careful, young sir. There is a ferocious bugbear on the loose. Grrr! I'd best leave be if I were you. I mean, you'd best leave if you were you. Oh, you know what I mean. You should leave Houghton and ne'er come back.
Don't worry, old man. If I was you, then there'd be 2 rambling idiots in this brock. Wait, if I were you, there'd only be 1 rambling idiot in this. No, wait, if I were... No, oh, all right, never mind. Either way, I'm not planning on moving in here. I'll be gone soon enough.
Look, if you aren't going to smash barrels, there's no reason to come back and talk to me.
Excuse me?
Get out there and earn some money.
What do you want? If you're a thief, you'll get nothing from me, for I've only these old bones and a heavy heart.
And the gift of gab, old-timer. So, tell me, where might I find a bit of silver and I'll be out of your hair? What's left of it?
Oh, I know how you might come by some money, you impudent rascal. For it's a cruel bugbear that's been keeping the farmers from observing their rituals in the Houghton cairn. Without him, the crops won't grow, and the weans will go hungry.
I know what it means to be hungry, and worse it is for a child. So, a fair price for a fair piece of work, and it's a bargain.
Ah, bless you, my boy. I knew you for a game lad the moment I saw you. As for the bugbear, you'll find him in the cairn. When you're done with him, come back here and we'll pay you what we can.
Sorry.
Top of the morning to you.
Well now, you must be the bard that everyone's been talking about, the fellow with the spider made of lightning. It's honoured I am to have you in my shop, sir, and happy to facilitate all your arms and armament needs. Swords, bows, or armour, everything here is first rate and for sale. Terms of cash in advance, in full, all sales final with no letters of credit, layaways, or IOUs. We do have a buyback policy. If you buy it, don't bring it back. Haha. So look over what you want and I'll be happy to cover the finer points of any item I have in stock, but remember the golden rule, you break it, you buy it.
I'd like to see your bows.
If you ask me, there's no better place to battle a deadly foe than from a distance.
Let me see something else. What have you got in the way of shields and armour?
It's a fact. A warrior's only as tough as his weakest armour.
What else have you got?
Skip it.
So you're the fellow that's been chasing through Houghton with your rats and lightning spiders, eh?
All I'm after is songs and silver, and and I've no mind to break the laws in getting them.
That's fine. My job is to be keeping the peace, collecting the taxes, and fending off the Kunal Trow. Respect that, and you're welcome to stay in Houghton as long as you please. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in me jail. What? You're back again? Go kill a rat, you rogue. It's all you're good for.
Sorry.
Pardon me.
Excuse me.
And so the bard met his inevitable and much-deserved fate. Thus ends the bard's tale. The bard, having slain the random wolf, found that it had digested not only the contents of a small treasury, but also various household goods. Wait, am I reading that correctly? This can't be right.
You'd be surprised. I find all kinds of things inside these beasties. Do I ever tell you about the time I killed this rat and out popped an entire chest?
Well, I'm just going to skip those passages in the future.
What? That's a major source of income, you cheap, good-for-nothing horses.
And so the bard continued on his journey.
Ooh, that had to hurt.
Well now, who have we here, eh? You must be the fella who's been chasing all over, putting the touch on the locals with that shocking beast of yours.
You've obviously heard of me, so you know I'm not a man to be trifled with. I've come to learn a bit of magic, and I won't take no for an answer.
Oh, don't hurt me, friend. Don't hurt me. And I'll tell you where to find a song worth knowing. Go back into the centre of town and head to the town well. Climb down to the bottom of it, and there you'll find exactly what you deserve.
You must be joking.
'Tis no joke, my friend. What you're looking for is at the bottom of that well.
You people try my patience. Okay, I'll do it.
To show my goodwill, I've even opened up a quick way back to town for you. It's right over there.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
What have you got in the way of bows?
If you ask me, there's no better place to battle a deadly foe.
Interesting.
You're looking to drop them from a distance? That's a longbow. These are the finest kiln-dried white ash bows from the weapon shops at Kirkwall, the choice of Sylvan assassins and until recently banned in 4 provinces. Poles. Excellent choice, my friend, for the longbow is often the key to a long life.
Show me your swords and flails.
This is where we have our close combat weaponry. When you're battling
Let me see something else. Let's have a look at your armour then.
It's a fact. A warrior's only as tough as his weak.
Let me see something else. Boring. Move along.
The stronger the bard is, the more damage he can inflict with melee weapons. A high dexterity allows the bard to inflict greater damage with ranged weapons. The stronger the bard is, the more damage he can inflict with melee weapons. Rhythm allows the bard to play magical tunes with greater skill, enhancing the statistics of summoned creatures. Luck has a subtle effect on many aspects of the bard's adventures.
Pardon me.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Let's have a look at your armour then.
It's a fact. A warrior's only as tough as his weakest armour. Plenty of folks have bought the cheap stuff.
Interesting.
My armour's some of the best. Diabord hide, butterfly skin, double cured with adjustable suede straps and cast iron buckles. Tough enough to take a hit, but light enough to keep you fast. If it were me, I'd have gone for a little more oomph in the armour, but it's...
Show me your swords and flails.
This is where we have our close combat weaponry. When you're battling a foe up close and personal...
Not interested. Skip it.
Sorry.
What I'm looking for is at the bottom of a well, huh? I'm gonna make Bannerfeet pay for this wild goose chase.
Hey, this forest is a great place to hunt. It's teeming with grouse. If you haven't got a bow, you should get yourself one and try your hands at hunting. Hey, this forest is a great...
Get to the good part. Hold back.
The stronger the bard is, the more damage he can inflict with melee weapons. A high vitality will increase the bard's health, making him more difficult to defeat in battle. A high dexterity allows the bard to inflict greater damage with ranged weapons. The stronger the bard is, the more damage he can inflict with melee weapons. Allows the bard to train his dog in the fine art of combat. Allows the bard to equip and use two-handed weapons. Allows the bard to fight with a dirk in one hand and a sword in the other.
Take that! Oh, that had to hurt.
Well, look who it is. Find anything interesting in the well?
Very funny, very funny. Let me return the favour by throwing you in a hole 6 feet deep.
Maybe now you'll have a wee bit more respect for your betters, eh?
I'll teach you some respect.
Look here, calm down. I was just having a wee bit of fun at your expense. No need to get murderous about it. Slay me, Bard, and you'll never learn that magic hereafter. Wouldn't you like a little something to even the odds when facing wily fellas like myself?
I'm listening. For now.
Sheriff Rucky keeps a jail in a forest. Inside is a prisoner by the name of Kettle Swat. Spring him free for me and you'll get your song. The good news is that there are no guards around. The bad news is that they abandoned their posts to avoid a tribe of Kunaltrau that have claimed the building as their own. Once you make it past their patrols, you'll need to say Fiddlesnarf at the door to be let in. When he's free, come back here and I'll teach you some magic. Fair enough?
No, not really. But it's a start. I don't relish chasing you around this forest, so I'll do what you ask. But you had better keep your end of the bargain, or I'll make you wish you had.
Curse you!
Stay down!
You're a dog after me own heart.
Stay down! It's just a flesh wound. What's the password?
Fiddlesnuff.
So, Benefit must have... Hey, who are you? You aren't supposed to be here!
Am I good or what? Which one of you bloody heathens is Kettle Swart? Bannerfeet sent me here to set you free.
I'm Kettle Swart.
No, he's not. I'm Kettle Swart. Like hell, I'm Kettle Swart.
To hell with them. I'm Kettle.
What's it matter which one of us is Kettle? Set us all free.
We'll never convince you which one of us are telling the truth, so just flip those switches in the order I tell you, and it will open the doors.
Yes, the sheriff has these doors rigged with some bizarre 6-switch combination lock that only he's supposed to know.
But we've been watching closely, and we know the order to flip them.
Already I've been reduced to flipping switches by order criminals. Great.
No, no, no!
No, 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 no! No, no, no!
Pull that one!
Pull that one! Pull that one!
No, no, no!
No, 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 no! No, no, no!
Pull that one!
Pull that one! Pull that one!
Pull that one!
Pull that one! Pull that one!
No, not that one!
It might be that
Pull
one.
that one!
Pull that one!
It might be that one.
No, not that one.
No, not that one!
I think that's it.
No, not that one!
It might be that
Pull
one.
that one!
Oh, no, not that one!
It might be that
No,
one.
not that one.
No, that won't help!
It might be that
No,
one.
no, no!
Pull that one!
Oh, I think so. Try switch one.
Yes, yes! Pull that one!
No, that won't help!
That doesn't seem
There
right.
you go! Pull it and let us free!
No, that won't help!
That doesn't seem
There
right.
you go! Pull it and let us free!
Yes, that's the one!
I think that's the
No,
one.
that isn't it.
No, not that one!
It might be that one.
No, the last one is lever 3.
That's the one!
That's it! Oh, no, it isn't. Try another.
No, the last one is lever 3.
Oh, no, not that one!
That might be
There
it.
you go! Pull it and let us free!
Oh, what's wrong with you? We told you exactly what to do. Do you want us to draw you a picture?
Yeah, sure. You draw me a picture, I'll draw your blood.
Maybe we shouldn't aggravate him.
Where were we? Oh, yes, the bard who's made
What's the password?
Fiddlesnuff.
So, Benefit must have... Hey, who are you? You aren't supposed to be here!
Which one of you bloody heathens is Kettle Swart? Heard it already.
Pull that one!
Pull that one! Pull that one!
Pull that one!
Pull that one! Pull that one!
Pull that one!
It might be that one.
No, not that one.
Pull that one!
Oh, I think so. Try switch one.
Yes, yes. Pull that one.
Yes, that's the one.
I think that's the one.
No, that isn't it.
That's the one.
That's it. Oh, no, it isn't. Try another.
No, the last one is lever 3.
See how easy that was? Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, haven't had this much fun since I was almost barbecued by a giant rat.
One good turn deserves another. I'll pay you back when next we meet.
Yeah, sure, next time, yeah.
I don't know why you did this, but I'm most thankful.
It's a long story. Maybe you'd like to have a seat while I tell you about it, in the middle of a Kunal Trow-infested jail. Let's get out of here before I regret what I've done. More than I already do.
The stronger the bard is, the more damage he can inflict with melee weapons. Shopkeepers will offer significant discounts to the bard if he has higher charisma. A high dexterity allows the bard to inflict greater damage with ranged weapons.
Sorry.
I cannot talk to you right now. I'm trying to find this guy I owe an apology to.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
I could use a new melee weapon.
This is where we have our close combat weaponry. When you're battling a foe up close and personal, you don't...
Nah, not worth my time. What have you got in the way of shields and armour?
It's a fact. A warrior's only...
Let me see something else.
Skip it.
Thank you. I wagered Sheriff Rocky that Kettle wouldn't be locked up for more than a day. I sent the Coonal Trow to free him, but they decided to take over the jail and claim it as their own. I thought for sure I'd lose, but now you come along and win the bet for me. Well, a deal's a deal. So, here's your song.
Reporting for duty.
Well now, Fancy running into you again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's all a big coincidence.
I see you picked up some more magic along the way. If it's even more power you'd like, then you ought to pay a visit to my brother, Boove, in Kirkwall.
Your brother, eh? He anything like you?
Oh, no, he's not really my brother, you see, but a member of my order.
Of course he is.
Now, lad, you've only benefited from the knowledge I've given you in the past.
That's what worries me.
Seek out Boove in Kirkwall. I'll speak no more of it. Good luck to you, laddie.
Can't do that.
Please don't kill me, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Oh, I'm bleeding. I think you broke my arm. Ah! Is that a tooth? I just spit out a tooth! Oh, not another tooth! Oh, look at me! Look at me! No! Don't look at me! Oh, hell! Do what you want. I don't care. Go ahead and look. I'm not a bugbear. I'm just a dirty old bastard running around in a smelly old rug with a bucket for a head. Go ahead. Take all my silver. I don't need it anyway. I was saving it all up for a date with the widow McCleary until she found out I'm still living with me mother. Now she won't even speak to me. You know what else? I'm 42 and still a virgin. How pathetic is that? Ah, just kill me, please. Just get it over with.
You're just pathetic.
Thank goodness the heroic bard was present to stop that horrible bugbear from looting the tomb of all its precious treasures.
Well, I had my misgivings when we met, but you're a good fellow after all. I should have figured it was old Vintners pulling that stunt. Here's some pieces of silver to line your pockets. I'm sorry it's not more, but we've hungry mouths to feed and precious little to do it with. My thanks again, young man.
Hang you for a meddling fool! It's one thing to be frightening the widows and killing the rats, but you've up and set loose that pig-stealing, backstabbing cattle-swart. Well, laddie, he's taken to hiding in the Neversdale forest, and you're the one that's going after him. So you just head out of town and bring him to me. But don't come back here without him.
Sorry. I cannot talk to you right now.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Let's have a look at your armour then.
It's a fact. A warrior's only as tough as his weakest armour.
Let me see something else. Show me your swords and flails.
This is where we have our close combat weaponry. When you're battling a foe up close and personal, you don't want to skimp on your instrument of battle. In most cases, not the best man, but the best weapon walks away to...
What else you got?
Get to the good part.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Let's talk about close quarters combat.
This is where we have our close combat weaponry. When you're battling a foe up close and personal, you don't want to skimp on your instrument of battle. In most cases, not the best man, but the best weapon walks away to tell the tale.
Let me see something else. Let's have a look at your armour, then.
It's a fact. A warrior's only as tough as his weakest armour. Plenty of folks have bought the cheap stuff, but none of them have been repeat customers, if you take my meaning.
What else you got? I could use a new melee weapon.
This is where we have our close combat weaponry. When you
Interesting.
Now here's a piece of hurt that'll let you swagger down any street and never want for safety. The Claymore, or as I like to call it, the Emperor of Evisceration. Ah, the Claymore, I must say I'm impressed.
Show me your swords and flails.
This is where we have our close...
What else you got?
Boring. Move along.